The quadratic formula. You already know that if a quadratic equation does not factorize, you can complete the square to solve the equation. In these situations, the quadratic formula was developed to save us time in the process of completing the square. When we do apply the completing square method to the general form of a quadratic equation, the following result is produced. This formula is known as quadratic formula, which can be used to solve any quadratic equation. The quadratic formula was derived from the process of completing the square. You might think that the quadratic formula completes the square for you. Let's see how the quadratic formula works. Solve each of the following equations by using quadratic formula. First of all, we need to identify the values for a, b, and c. In this equation, a is 1, b is minus 2, and c is minus 4. Take the quadratic formula and substitute these values into the quadratic formula. When you use the quadratic formula, don't be sloppy and don't try to take shortcuts, because you will make mistakes. Pay attention. I will solve this equation step by step. Two is common factor. To solve the next equation, first of all, write the equation in standard form, moving minus 7 to the left-hand side. In this equation, a is 2, b is minus 6, and c is 3. Take the quadratic formula and substitute these values into the quadratic formula. I will solve this equation step by step. I am not a big fan of you memorizing formulas, but the quadratic formula is useful, and if you want to know how to derive it, watch the next video in this playlist. If you enjoyed the content of this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask or suggest anything. I will be grateful.